Well, hello guys, PokePlayer, and today I'm back for another Wi-Fi battle, and this is a Wi-Fi battle against TPL723, aka TheProdigalLegion723, and he is a really cool YouTuber. You should definitely check him out. He does more higher tier stuff, but he decided to do a little bit of a lower tier battle with me, which was very nice because I do really enjoy the RU tier, even though there is a lot of stall and a lot of regenerator in it. But luckily enough, my opponent did not bring any regenerator pokes, which I did appreciate. And I didn't bring any of these as well, but I did bring a bit of an annoying Pokemon, which got really hard to kill, as you guys can also see in this battle. But let's just hop into the battle. The battle is pretty long, 12 minutes, well, 31 turns I believe, but it was a pretty intense one. And well, it was quite close and really intense when I played it, so I hope you guys enjoy it. So he leads off with the Jolteon, and I was scouting if he would have the Hidden Power Ice. I went into my Meloetta knowing that he could take it, and look at that, he has the Hidden Power Ice, because nearly every Jolteon has the Hidden Power Ice. So now I switch out. I don't really know why. I should have just gone for the Psy Shock right here just to get some damage off, but I switch out thinking that he would switch out straight away. I don't know why. That was a stupid play. I made some weird plays, but overall I didn't make very misplays, which was alright. So now he goes into the Ember Bomb, and well, my Whimsicott is definitely well enough built to take this, because I have the Prankster Cotton Guard, which boosts my defenses really high, and he just goes for the U-turn, which does absolutely nothing after that, which is great because this is my defensive Whimsicott and it never dies, in all honesty. It's so good with Leech Seed, Cotton Guard, Giga Drain and Taunt, I believe. So now my opponent goes back into the Thunders, the Jolteon, and Jolteon is such a threat in the RU tier. If you don't have any ground type mon, you're really in a bit of trouble. But I predicted him to predict my switch into the Meloetta, so I just decided to stay in, go for the Giga Drain, get some health back, which was a good play, because now the Jolteon is nerfed a little bit and it is in a range of my Dragon to kill it with a Sucker Punch and all that kind of stuff, so that's good. And if he had a Sash, which I'm actually predicting him to have, in all honesty, because I didn't see I still don't know what his item is. He is switching up moves, so that's what I'm predicting, that he had the Sash. So that means that the Sash is broken as well. But my Meloetta is Assault Vested, as you guys can see, and Tanks hits so good. It's a Charge Beam Assault Vest set, and it's really good. So now my opponent goes into the Machamp, which is not a Machamp, guys, as you guys can see, because this is a Coffin. But I go for the Shadow Ball, do a great amount of damage, not getting the defense drop actually, which is actually pretty good of Meloetta, because Meloetta has the Serene Grace, which secures, well, actually secures Charge Beam to boost, because it has a 70% chance to boost, and with the Serene Grace boost it is probably a 100% boost, or a really low amount boost if not. But my opponent goes into the Grassodon, which is another Pokemon which doesn't really die, in all honesty, and it doesn't die this battle as well, which means that I lost the battle, but that doesn't matter because it was still an intense battle. So now I switch out because I can't take this thing out. I don't have the energy ball, unfortunately enough, and I just went into my haters knowing that he might go for the recover or the Scott, and I can take both, and I just can just go for the Giga Drain, which I am going to do. Or am I going to predict his switch and go for the Lead Seed? I'm not totally sure, but he does switch out, and right here he goes into the Lick Me. The Bronzong, I'm not sure why you named it Lick Me, but it is a really cool one, Bronzong. I also have it on this team, or do I not? I'm not sure if I have it on this team, but it is a really cool mon, and I like using it because it resists a lot of things in the RU tier. It is really good. It is really good. So right here I don't want the rocks on the field, so I predicted him to go for the rocks and go for the Tom. My opponent made a great play and actually went for the Gyro Ball, which is kind of a problem, but it does do enough, which is great, because it does get quite close and it does score a crit, which doesn't really matter in the long run, but it is quite unfortunate because my health is going down quite a bit. So right here I was thinking of maybe predicting him to switch out, because I kind of felt like he would switch out and go for another lead, but I think I just played it safe and went for the went for the Cotton Guard. Yeah, that's what I did. Unfortunately enough, I played it safe. I could have gotten a little bit more health off this Jolteon, which would have been great, but unfortunately enough, it did not work in my favor. So now I have to work around this Jolteon once again, and my Meloetta is nerfed, unfortunately enough, with the burn. And it can't really take a Hidden Power Volt Switch or a Hidden Power Thunderbolt combination, even though it takes the Hidden Power really, really well, which is really cool. The Jolteon might also be Expert Belt, that's what I'm maybe thinking. Either Expert Belt or Focus Sash, but I'm more leaning to Focus Sash. But I die, unfortunately enough, and that means that the Jolteon could do a good amount of damage on everything on my team, which is a bummer. So now he goes into the Duck Trio, and I just went back into my haters because I know I can take hits from him really nicely, and he switches out because he knows that as well. And because Duck Trio doesn't really have an awful lot of attacks. So now he goes into the Ligme, and I just went for the Giga Drain, getting a little bit extra health back. It is absolutely nothing because, well, just because it's absolutely nothing. But with leftovers combination, I'm back at a good amount of health. But he actually turns out to have the red card, which is really interesting. And he actually red cards me into Brazil, my Druddigon. And here I was hoping that he would not have the heat proof, but looking at this damage, sheer force boosted, he must have the heat proof. Which is unfortunate, and that means that he has the stealth rocks on the field, which is a bummer. So now I could go for another 5 punch. I thought it would kill, but apparently I get a minimum roll and he is able to go for the explosion. I should have just gone for the sucker punch actually, because that would have been super effective. But unfortunately enough, I didn't, and it was just really unfortunate that I got that min roll, because Druddigon could have done a bit more in the future. But now I go for a sucker punch, because I know it would bring it down to the sash, because most Duck Trio run sash, and if it didn't bring it down to it, well, I know it would have been close for the Earthquake to actually kill me, but I didn't want to risk it, and the sucker punch was the safer play. So that works out pretty nicely. I get him down to the sash and he actually kills me, but that's mainly because of the life orb damage. It would have been close, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. So now he goes for the reversal. I don't know if that would have done more than the Earthquake. Yeah, I think it would have done more. And unfortunately enough, because the reversal still does a lot, even though I'm physically defensive and well, and it is resisted. But that's a bummer, and I get only 1 health back, because he was only at 1 health because of the focus sash. And my haters is not at a good amount of health right now. So now my opponent goes back into the Jolteon, of course, because Jolteon is a pain to deal with. And he goes for the Shadow Ball. This is going to kill me, I think. Yep, it is going to kill me. It was quite close, but I think, looking at the Shadow Ball the last time, it was a guaranteed OHKO. So now I go to my Skuntank, trying to Threading Wing out with a potential sucker punch, but he did not go for the bait and he just went for the Volt Switch. And well, my oh yes, I was predicting him to go for the Volt Switch, and I went for the Pursuit, which was a very nice play of me, I have to admit that. So that was really cool, because I knew he wouldn't stay in on me, because the potential sucker punch is there, and well, he didn't stay in. So that's cool, because that's finally the Jolteon. Now I could finally do something and not have to worry about the Jolteon. But my opponent has the Ambipom, which is a bummer. Ambipom is a really good Pokemon. Oh man, it is kind of too good in RU, in all honesty. I also have an Ambipom, but unfortunately my Ambipom is sashed and the Stealth Rocks are on my side of the field, which is a bummer. But he goes back into the Machamp, as I just switch out because I know I can't take him out. I have Earthquake and Iron Head, I think, and that won't do it. So I go into my own Ambipom, predicting him to go for a Pain Split or a Will-O-Wisp. Well, I'm predicting him to go for the Pain Split, and right here I predicted him to go for the Will-O-Wisp. And I went for the Nasty Plot because this is my special Ambipom. Oh man, it's so cool to use it. It's not that great in RU. It is a bummer that Ambipom is so high on the tier, but it is still cool to use. And it still works very well in some situations. And I just went for the Shadow Ball. This is my coverage move for Dark types, Ghost types. I've got Swift, Shadow Ball and Water Pulse. Water Pulse for the Rock types, and well, it works well against Steel types as well. And well, Shadow Ball just for the extra coverage, and Swift of course, because it gets boosted as well as Water Pulse, which is really cool. So now he goes for the normal gem boosted fake out, which is definitely going to kill my Unbound Bomb, which is a bummer, but it's alright. So now I go into my Reminal. Yes, I did bring the Bronze Song. I didn't say that quite yet, but I brought him. And he goes for a knockoff. I was hoping that he wouldn't have it, and that it wouldn't do that much damage, because I am physically defensive, I believe. But I went for the Toxic, knowing that it is my best bet, because I do not really have anything to hit him with. I have Earthquake and Iron Head. I could have gone for the Iron Head, but it would not have brought him under health. Under half, I believe. So I go for the Iron Head right here. And it doesn't do that much damage, but plus the Toxic, it will bring him down under health. But my opponent decides to U-turn out of here, thinking that it would kill, but nope. I live at 4 health, but it doesn't really matter in the long run, which is a bummer, but that's what it is. So now he goes into the Gastrodon, which is his last Pokemon. Well, one of his last Pokemon, and I just went for another Iron Head, which doesn't do enough. And right here I was hoping, because it is a Gastrodon, it is a slug that I would outspeed, but unfortunately enough I won't. I might be minus speed, I'm not totally sure. I don't think I am, considering I have Iron Head over Gyro Ball. But the Gastrodon did outspeed me, which is a bummer, and now I can go into my last Pokemon, which is the Instinct, my whatchamacallit, my Skuntank, and go for the Poison Jab. Could have gone for the Crunch, but it would not have killed him, and I was going for the Poison, but it didn't really work out. I only had the life left, so I had no chance of winning right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a really good battle against against the TheProdigalLegion. I just can't win against him quite yet, but I will, if maybe he wants to do a PU or NU battle in the future, because that's my team. But I see you guys then. Later.